it's the Afternoon Show. We're taking a look at Wonder Man. I'm going to take a look at the trailer and then we're going to talk about the show. Show! Oh my god. Wonder Man was a weird one, isn't it? Like, this movie, or this show, it's a show. A whole 8 episode show, I think. Uh, I can't remember because it was bingeable. I binged the whole thing. I think binging it was probably good for it, but I kind of maybe wish they did like 2 episodes a week sort of deal. Something like that would have been kind of cool because you still get like your hour because it's a 30-minute show. But yeah. But anyway, what I loved about Wonder Man is when people kind of thought about what could Marvel have done after Endgame. This is kind of what I more had in mind when it came to what they could be doing. Marvel Studios now is not just a comic book superhero studio. I mean, it is, but now that it is a legit film studio that has all this sort of like gravitas and like effing, they could do things like this that is a little more weird, a little more strange, a little more esoteric in a sense, small, or at least it made to feel small. This show, uh, and it's kind of like a random corner. And so like last year they did Echo, or 2 years ago, however long ago, they did Echo, and they binged that was bingeable, and it was released under a Marvel Spotlight banner like Wonder Man is. I kind of like that tone. I think we should be like, I know they're putting these shows out like this because they already made them. They didn't really know what to do with them. They gotta like hurry up and we're on the road to Endgame. We gotta hurry up and get there. I think they should keep doing stuff like this, uh, and keep doing it. Maybe keep making it a bingeable thing. Have bingeable shows and then have weekly shows for Marvel. And if this was like, but keep it at this scale. Like, this is a corner of the MCU. Like, not even a corner. This is not even a corner of the MCU. This is uh, a pore, a freckle speckle freckle pore hair, whatever. Like, this is like the most minute thing in the MCU, and we're gonna just watch this guy for a while. And I almost think they should be doing stuff like a full character drama, like Oscar Beatty character drama, and maybe there's some superhero stuff going on in the background, maybe not. Doesn't matter. It just says Marvel Studios, here's a movie. Whoops. Whoops, we made a real movie. Which I'm not even saying like Marvel movies aren't real movies, but I'm like, they could be doing stuff like that, and I think it would be effing fine. Who cares? Like, who cares if Iron Man exists in a movie where, say, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are singing about, the sadness of Hollywood? Because that's basically what this is. What I also love about this is it has Trevor Slattery back as a Mandarin. This is basically caps out like a little mini trilogy of Mandarin with Iron Man 3, Shang-Chi, and now Wonder Man. So I'm really happy with that. Like, for a stupid joke that, or well, a lot of people thought was a stupid joke in Iron Man 3, which I love that twist, that crazy twist in Iron Man 3. To do that and then like not only double down but quadruple down on it the way they have with Ben Kingsley. This is still this is a TV show now with Sir Ben Kingsley as a supporting role, which is insane to me. Like, it's insane, but he's bringing it. And what I actually love about Trevor here is, he's not the best of guys, but he is genuinely like, the moment he's trying to help Simon, he's being genuine. He's trying to be basically an acting coach for Simon, and give him a means of learning the craft that he never got to ever have coming up. Which I thought it's sweet. This is a sweet buddy cop. It's not even a cop buddy show. It's a buddy friend show. And Simon Williams, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. We've seen him in other superhero movies. We've seen him confident. We've seen him aloof. Now we're seeing him as like weird energy, anxious guy. He's like me. And what's cooler also is like, he's also a good actor, and he does show he is a good actor. But every time he gets so up in his head and so overworked into like the minutia of everything, that's when he sort of starts to really f himself up. And also, I very much understand that feeling of like just being kind of overstimulated and like not being able to focus in, and like sometimes you go off, and I feel that for him. And there's a moment, and it was probably the saddest moment to me in the show because I related to it so much, where the mother was like going and she was talking to Trevor. She was like, "I'm so glad like you're being like a cool, genuine friend with Trevor or with Simon, and doing like the stuff that he likes, and so like he's really needed this." And she goes further into it, being like, all that time he was alone in his room watching these movies, I thought, oh, he doesn't mind he's alone. He's got the movies. He's got this Criterion Collection DVDs. But then she's like, then I found out that he did mind, and he was lonely. And that's so sad, because, god dang, I feel like there's a lot of people that may, like, they are lonely. They fill their time with something else. And while, like, they might even be good at that thing that they're doing or, like, working on, and maybe it does fill that hole for them, but it's never truly going to, like, make them unlonely. They're just lonely and also a freak, or whatever. And I think that, like, that core crux of the show, that scene alone, to me, like, makes the whole show. It basically is like the theme of the entire show, of like not just the inner workings of Hollywood or like the sadness of like how an actor, the day-to-day traumas of an actor or whatever, but also like this sense of like just kindred spirits finding each other in the dark, which is but it's cool. I like it. What else? Doorman. Wow. The Doorman episode, people have been going off about it. They've been alluding to Atlanta, and I would also say the same thing. It is very much like Atlanta. Watch any of my Atlanta videos. They're coming out a lot this month. But yeah, it's the Doorman episode. Not only do I like completely like I know the Doorman like character, like I don't know, I'm like, oh, I know this character so well, but I've seen him in like comics or cartoons or whatever. I've seen that diamond looking mask. It did not hit me like, oh yeah, this is like a real Marvel. I was just like, oh, this is a guy, and this is what happened to him. And I thought it was a cool idea of like sort of showcasing a worst case scenario for Simon, but also like encapsulating it in one episode, like that. Really cool. And Josh Gad, the whole Josh Gad gag, hilarious. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked Wonder Man, and I also want to see I don't know if I want to see season two. I kind of just want to see Wonder Man popping up in the peripheral a lot of times, and he could still like he could be in Avengers Doomsday or he could be in X-Men or something. But besides maybe being like a clutch when it's convenient for him sort of situation, I'd rather it just be him in the background, him and Trevor just doing shenanigans. Like maybe if we did like a Marvel one shot, we could see that again, like a new, like another episode. But maybe not necessarily season two. I wouldn't mind like if we did these Marvel spotlights and we really like locked them in like this, like figuring out how they're doing it. And if Marvel spotlights are kind of taking the reins from the Marvel one shots that they did on the DVDs and Blu-rays back in the day, if they could do that, maybe do like a show and then maybe at the end of the year or in the middle of the year, like one little episode that either we creep back in on Werewolf by Night or on Echo or on Wonder Man, or maybe this is just a fun little like you look at this for a backstory if you want of this character, and when they show up later, we're not gonna waste time explaining it. It's like you could go back and watch it. So like if Wonder Man shows up in Avengers or a Spider Man or something, they just gonna be like, beyond introducing the character to like Spider Man himself or like Iron Man or whatever the fudge. They just be like, okay, that's it. All right, move on. And then if you care enough, go back and watch the show that's over there. So that's why I think they should do it. Anyway, like Wonder Man, I'm really hyped for everything Marvel right now because I'm actually I like Marvel movies. I do. I don't I'm a Marvel guy. Don't hate on it. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.